Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved." "I will do my best to save him, my lord," Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again, the voice called to her. "Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins." "I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee," Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. "You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you." "Yes, Lord, anything," Isaac's mother begged. "To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son Isaac will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else." "Yes, Lord," she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trap door to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
Hello, Commander Endo, bringing you an episode of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Unfortunately, this is not the original recording I had while playing the game. This is actually post-commentary. Unfortunately, the audio recording I had was unusable. Too much crackling. For some reason, I've never had this issue before, but with Isaac Rebirth, the game crackles my audio quality to the point where I cannot use it without annoying some people. So here I am trying to start a new game, a new run for The Binding of Isaac. Unfortunately, like I said, the reactions right now will not be genuine. Genuine as in like not at that moment in time. And that's only because I could not salvage my audio. So here is Binding of Isaac. The Binding of Isaac is a roguelike or roguelite, you know, whatever people call it. I have played this game before. Tiny Planet is a badass tears effect. So typically your tears effects are, your tears will shoot straight in the direction you want to shoot. The orbital, obviously my shots orbit around Isaac. Badass move, ability. Kind of hard to get used to at first, especially since this is my first time being exposed to it. So, meanwhile, as I kill these guys, I will pretty much be telling you just some random stuff about the game and also myself. I have played a lot of Binding of Isaac before. The Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb. I actually have gotten the Platinum God on that game. Hence, you know, it took a long time for me to get there, so it's not like I'm a god at the game or anything. Nowhere ever gonna say I'm an expert at the game. However, I do know more than a person that obviously has never played the game before. Obviously, you know, that should be given. Oh, you know, and I am pretty terrible, as you just saw, with that terrible hit. But yeah. So here, for those of you who do not know, it's just a bullet hell. Isaac is a bullet hell extravaganza with roguelite elements to it, which means roguelike means randomly generated, randomly seeded. How do I want to say this? I'm trying to think about how I want to explain what a roguelite is because especially when your only real exposure to it is very limited in the form of Isaac and FTL, Faster Than Light, which is also another great game. Basically, randomly generated maps, random assortment of items you'll get during that run. So typically your runs will never be the same. Unless you get the same exact seat that you had before, obviously, then that's a different story. But what's unique about Isaac compared to roguelikes, this is obviously a bullet hell shooter. But beyond the bullet hell shooter is actually just a really, at its core, a very, very well made game. Obviously it has its errors, it has its flaws, but it's so fun to play the game, especially when you get these crazy tier effects that you'll never see. Recently I uploaded Raiden, and I had a blast, but you know, if you compare it to a game like Isaac, it's limited in its customization. Its stages are exactly the same as it has every run. But this game in particular, as you can see, well, you haven't seen yet, but these items affect the shots, and already right from the start, my first item is Tears items that orbit around me, and now I have a speed shot upgrade, and look how happy Isaac looks. He has a speed shot, so his Tears move faster, but also have an increased range, so they go further. Raiden will never have anything like that. And I'm not saying I hate Raiden. I love Raiden. I love bullet hell games, actually. I'm probably gonna play a few more bullet hell games in the near future for the channel, just for the hell of it. I mean, like I said, there's no real direction. I don't know if I ever said this, but there's no real direction in my channel. I'm just kind of having fun, recording what I want to, since my recording schedule is so irregular to begin with. But yeah, that's pretty much the scenario, the synopsis, the things that's happening right now. I'm still getting my ass kicked by school. I'm not in danger of failing any classes, so I'm pretty sure I'll graduate, but you know, just it's been a real mess. Gundam. So Gundam will be coming up again. The one problem with Gundam episodes is that it takes a lot of editing to get those episodes to where I want them to be. Sometimes, like in the recent episodes, I haven't had to do a lot of piggy bank. I don't know what the piggy bank does. My life savings. I still don't know what that item does. Oh no, I do. I remember what it does. But like Gundam, I do intend on finishing this. What I said I would in the comments some time ago. It's just it takes a while to edit. It puts a lot of stress on me in the sense that I can't remember a lot of the stuff that's been happening, and I have been, like I said, been running off of my mind's memory and how much I can remember from the original series and such, which is not always accurate, mind you. I do have one episode recorded. I have to get back to editing it. Editing it should not take long, but Binding of Isaac just came out today. Like, god damn it, today. So I had to at least get my opening episode out today, for sure. And look at me. I was like, hey, that's a bomb with a face on it. I wonder what that... Oh. That's a troll bomb. That's right. So, if you notice there, I just got hit by a bomb, and I picked up pennies. Pennies. From where? From my body. But how? The piggy bank. Whenever I get hit, it drops pennies. So cool. Pills, random effects of tears, typically tears, not always tears. And here's our second boss, Larry Jr. Another returning boss. Normally really easy, but I was having a hard time with my orbiting shots. Like, terribly struggling to... I don't even know why I couldn't just dodge him. Like, I just shouldn't even look at my orbitals and just watch them, but I just kept walking into them. I don't know what I was trying to do. It was the heat of the moment. It was me getting used to Wrath of the Lamb, I guess. I don't know. But look at those. Look at that terrible damage. Oh, man. It's painful just to watch. It's painful watching this in post commentary. It's sad. Monstrous tooth has appeared in the basement. So whenever you see those little things that says something has appeared in the basement, that is the game telling you that you have unlocked new item for use in your pool, in your item pool. So now it's in rotation. Now it's part of the randomly generated items. Monstrous tooth. I don't really remember what it does in particular. Mom's heals gives me range upgrade, so now I can shoot further. Man, those kids are such. Whatever they're doing, I can't tell. I think they're pooping on him, Isaac. I can't tell. I remember these guys, my first impression of them was walking toilets. They are not, I should mention, walking toilets. There's something a lot more menacing than that. And that's the arrowhead. Or arrow shot, I believe it's what it's called. I chose not to pick it up because I was under the impression that these orbital shots were actually piercing shots as well. But as you can see, as those shots hit the spiders, they do not pierce. It took me a while to realize that that was the case. Rotten Baby shoots out a fly, only one fly per shot, or per any situation. So until like this fly goes away, he doesn't produce another fly. It took me a while to understand that actually as well, because typically I'm used to familiars, is what I'm gonna call them. The familiars just pumping out shots for me. Another troll bomb. Fucking trolls. God, these guys are weird looking. I was genuinely a little freaked out by these guys, actually, to be honest with you. They're just really creepy to me, I don't know why. One new thing that you could see here is that champion versions of regular enemies can now drop creep. That's a terrible addition for the player. I mean, for a gameplay, in a gameplay perspective, increases the challenge, great. But for me, being the terrible player that I am, that's terrible news. Lemon Party is a new, a pill effect, a new pill effect. I've never seen that before. Lemon effect, I'm guessing, is just allows for damage. It's a creep damage for us, as for us to use against enemies. Here's Chubb. I believe that's his name, Chubb. Pretty standard Isaac right now, because like I said, these were a lot of these bosses. All three bosses thus far have been returning bosses. I've already fought them 1,000 times in Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb, and regular vanilla Binding of Isaac. So nothing new here, nothing to see. Moving along. Me just struggling along as usual. And another range upgrade. Mom's underwear is a range upgrade. And right now I do not progress to the next level because I want to pick up some hearts and also explore the rest of the floor just in case I'm missing anything. And it's a new game. Oh, that surprised me just even now. Even though I knew that was going to happen, it surprised me. This was a terrible room for me. The fact that I could not shoot in front of me was absolutely destroying me. I almost died here, actually. Now that I look at it, I have half a heart left. I got hit 4 times in this one room. So luck up, and I'm not really sure. I think it just increases the chance of maybe good pills, and maybe increases the chance of chests and consumables dropping. Consumables being coins, bombs, and keys. But that's up. I don't know for sure. I've never understood luck in the original Binding of Isaac, and I still don't understand it to this day. Hearts are always nice though, for sure. In this room, I'm just kind of confused. Like, how should I get that? And I use the card that I have, the Hangman, which allows me to fly temporarily, which means just for one room. And I decided I don't like the wiggle worm because it's not that good, to be honest. Buying some items. And foolishly walked too close to the fire and got hit by a bullet from the fire. I don't know what that donation box is. I was intrigued by it, so I just kept putting money into it, but to this day I don't know what it is. And here I am regretting the fact that I didn't get the piercing shot upgrade earlier. And that's because, well, I got hit a lot. I lost all my hearts, and I can't get back into the boss trap room, and hence I had to forego the piercing shots. Here I am checking out my stats, and the seed, and my items. That sucks right there. When you notice after taking a shit, there's no toilet paper left, that's absolutely a terrible situation to be in. So here's the arcade, and it's pretty much what it looks like. There's a slot machine, so for me to for chances to win items, I just actually want a pretty fly right there. That gives me a flying fly that around me, not the blue one. The blue one is the one that attacks and is generated by the rotten friend. The black one that's revolving around me is a permanent one that when I get shot at, if that shot collides with the black fly, it's just blocked. It's just a little shield. Balls of Steel gave me 2 spirit hearts, which was a really nice addition to my predicament. And here's Wrath, dropping bombs. Like I said, nothing really new going on here. Just me playing the Binding of Isaac that I've known and loved for a very long time. That, even in post commentary, that thing is really like gross. I don't know what it is, and I don't like it though. That's for sure. The Empress card, I believe, gives you the effect of the Whore of Babylon. This is a funny room, actually. So, I hit myself twice with TNT, which does a full heart of damage, so I've lost all my spirit hearts, and I'm just kind of sad and demoralized at this point. But at least I recuperate a little bit and take out this room pretty easily. The really nice thing about the orbiting shot rather, is the fact that it doesn't get impeded by obstacles, which is really nice. Just wish I could shoot forward as well. That's all. That's all I ask. This right here is the run saver. Little Brimstone, evil friend. A friend, a familiar that has the effect of Brimstone is amazing. For those of you who do not know, Brimstone, that line of beam right there, that's the Brimstone ability that Isaac can also use, and it's very powerful and it pierces everything that it goes through. It doesn't stop at any obstacle except for the walls. In general, that move is considered that item is considered to be relatively OP until it was nerfed some time ago. And since I can't shoot right in front of me, and Rotten Friend doesn't help too much with shooting in front of me, Brimstone is pretty much my main source of controlled offense from this point on. It takes a while to get used to though, but it's worth it for sure. So this is the shop, which doesn't really have anything of value really. And here, as you can see, after 6 cents, the donation box is broken, and I don't know why. I have no idea why it did that. I still don't know what the donation box is for. Please don't tell me if anyone tries to I can't stop you, but please don't spoil anything. It'll be fun. I'll be able to figure it out. Maybe next time I'll blow it up and see what happens. Liberty Cap. Or Petrified Poop. I chose Petrified Poop because it seems to be giving me money and I was really enjoying that whenever I destroyed poop. But I wasn't sure. The Temperance gives me a blood bank so that I could sacrifice blood for money, or hearts I should say. Not permanently, but rather the amount of filled hearts, red hearts that I have, or what's being sacrificed. This fatty, new enemy from in the Binding of Isaac series. I've never seen it before. His patterns are not too unlike Monstro. So it was not that bad of a fight at all. He's just a faster version of Monstro that summons poop. Those tiny poops are really cute though. They make funny, funky, cute noises when they die as well. It's pretty cool. It's a shame they have to die. The fatty destroyed. Little chubby unlocked. And here, as you can see, this is my third mom's item. And that enables mom's contacts to be unlocked into the basement. Mom's contact is one of those items where that moment really made me laugh a little bit, and that is because mom's contact was one of the last items I got, interestingly enough, to complete my Platinum God status in Wrath of the Lamb. So in my mind, forever in my mind, I thought mom's contact was a very, very, very rare item. However, it turns out that if you know what's going on, it's actually quite easy. Well, I don't even remember what I was saying. Moving on. I'm struggling in this room because I can't control when I hit them, except with Brimstone. But I started getting used to it at the end. So I think I'm making my way back to the boss room to head over to the next floor actually, because I am done with this floor. Into the Depths Part 1. So in the Depths Part 1, I do encounter some new enemies that I haven't seen before. Like these guys, for ones. And this is when I realized that walking toilets that I mentioned earlier were actually, in fact, people without the first half of their body, their torso. Rainbow poop! I still don't know what it does. I have no idea. Charm of the Vampire kills, heal, and that's pretty much does as it was stated just now. I believe it is around 40 kills, gives you an extra heart. Not the greatest item. I actually don't like that the card's ability, but you know, whatever. Struggling, as you can see, with the little poops. Goddamn pieces of... I'm pretty sure Petrified Poop, even after, now that I'm actually looking back at it, I'm pretty sure it's giving me increased amounts of coins per rocks. I mean, not rocks. Poops. Because usually the coins are kind of far and wide in between. So this room actually threw me off quite a bit. you hear Mom laugh, and then you hear Mom smashing the ground. And I was incredibly confused at this point. Because I was that event never occurs in Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb. Never played this game before, so I had no idea that such an event or such a room existed. And it was Mom's hands. I've never seen Mom's hands in this game before, so it was interesting to see that, for sure. Man, post commentary is kind of weird. Those wall spiders are also new to the Rebirth series. Pretty interesting characters. Larry's or is that Pin? Larry? No, the ones that go diagonal. I forget what they're called, but they stand no chance. Larry type characters stand no chance against Brimstone in general, because everything gets hit. That's why Brimstone's so good. And since I mistakenly skipped the arrow shot, you know, I was kind of left to my own devices, trying to fend for myself. But it turns out well, actually. And these bats are quite annoying as well. Because I can't really tell when they start charging at you, but they do. That crystal skull, not really worth it. I don't remember what the item was, but I remember it wasn't worth it. And I walk into spikes. As usual, just being my terrible self. Gotta make it close, right? I mean, I actually really don't particularly like these rooms where those things that just disappeared after destroying the 3 destroyable enemies. That only if I destroy other enemies will those disappear, and I don't really like that mechanic. I feel like it slows the game down a bit, and also there's some weird, awkward situations in the game that makes it harder for me to make that decision clearer. But with Brimstone, it's alright, you know. I'm just imagining myself not having baby Brimstone Jr., whatever he was called. That's what really scares me on my first run. I could have lost my one easily if it wasn't for the Brimstone baby. Bombs? The 1+1 makes me believe that whenever you pick up a bomb or are about to pick a bomb up, a second one is dropped along with it, which is interesting, but not necessary by this point of the game. Took me a second to realize that was a dead end, is why I just stood there for a second and then promptly left. And I'm also thinking right now, I'm off to fight Mom. I'm about to beat the game. Yay! Monster 2. Monster 2 is also a returning boss from the original series. His original series, actually, you could, in the original series, you can make him perpetually fire just that beam that goes across the screen. But it is kind of different from the Wrath of the Lamb, his patterning, I mean. Because, like I said before, you could make him stay in that pattern for a long time, but in this game I couldn't really maintain his specific pattern, and he didn't give me a tell large enough for me to see him about to shoot. Because I am terrible. Speed up plus size down. Moving on to the next floor. That image you saw there is of him imagining or dreaming of himself suffocating in the treasure chest, which is kind of sad. See, look at this brimstone action. Oh my! And there's some troll bomb issues that that's fine. Once again, Brimstone Jr. doing good work. This enemy right here, the ghosts, they're not. I don't know. Kind of mixed on on them right now because they disappear for a very long time, which ends up being a waste of my time. So that's kind of annoying. Pretty fly, not bad. Now I have 2 orbiting flies around me that'll help protect me from stray bullets that I just couldn't dodge. I have a sneaking suspicion that the battery right there allows me to charge once, one charge onto an item, a spacebar item, or an item on my left corner, which I have 0 of. I don't have any items that are usable, and which is fine. I mean, I prefer passive items over it, but it sucks that I don't get any. Is the problem. God, those things are like mini hoppers, and hoppers are like leapers or hoppers, the ones that jump really high. Those are the guys that give me the hardest time in Binding of Isaac for some reason. It's kind of weird. Here I am cheesing them out with Brimstone. Brimstone's such a good item, or the Junior is such a good item. Getting all the coins for no real reason necessarily. I still don't know what that guy is. This is the depths, right? Depths 2. I don't think that enemy should belong out here, but whatever. Still can't use the donation box as I just checked. I don't know why. Stuck at 6. Coin got stuck. Whatever. I bought the detonator there. Not because I wanted to use the detonator, but rather because of the extra bombs it gives me in case I want to use bombs. I believe you get 5 for picking it up. And here we are, Mom versus Isaac. To be honest, I was expecting this battle to be a lot harder, and it would have been a lot harder if it wasn't for Brimstone, actually. Brimstone Jr., like I said before, really good item. I was thoroughly impressed with Brimstone, and in combination with orbital shots. Whew, that was almost a hit. But yeah, this is me just repeating the same thing over and over again, trying to kill these guys with Brimstone, and always keeping an orbital of tears around me. And I finally got hit. That was kind of frustrating actually, but whatever.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. "I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else," Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
And just like that, So that was me beating Mom and unlocking the womb, unlocked challenge number 20, unlocked the Harbingers, a cube of meat was unlocked, and that was the Binding of Binding of Isaac Rebirth, the very first attempt. Thank you for watching. This was Commando.